I don't know how many people are on. Yay! Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, how do I find out how many people are like on? Does that tell me?
I don't know. You just got to ask people to comment.
Okay, because it says share with viewers, but we're on the right thing. Anyway, okay, welcome. We are learning as we go. Yay! I love it. I have with me tonight a special guest, Miss Cindy Strong from the Chic Image Inner Circle membership group. She is not a committee, trust me. And my other ladies, there is Maria Truell. You're live. Yay. Thank you, Maria, for telling us that. Yay. So fantastic. I am super excited about tonight, Cindy, because everybody who registered and/or is live will get a free lookbook with all of the accessories that I have to get them ready for making their closet great. Like, all those things we've talked about before in our membership group. So let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. All right, so stop hating your closet. And I want to first, excuse me. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I just got verklempt. I just got a tickle in my throat. So I want to start with a story today. And this is such a fun story because it talks about a woman who was in her late 40s. Why is this not going? There we go. Once upon a time. Meet Sarah. Sarah is a fabulous woman in her late 40s, but her closet was not so fabulous. Can I get an amen from anybody? Right? She would walk in the closet and groan, nothing fits. Nothing looks good on me. Why do I even own half of this stuff? Her mornings were a battlefield. Her blouses were too tight. Pants that felt like torture devices. Anybody have any of those? And don't even get me started on her pile of maybe someday clothes. Well, one day, after another closet tantrum of throwing shoes and throwing clothes, she decided that something had to change. And that's when she discovered what I call the secret sauce. And that is your body type and your unique style personality. Turns out that Sarah was dressing against her body for years, trying to fit into trends that didn't work for her or changing into styles that made her feel invisible. And she didn't even know that really she had a personality style until she learned how to dress for her body type. So she started with a closet clean out. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And now she has organized jewelry. She has organized shoes. She can walk into her closet and go, oh my gosh, this outfit would go with this top would go with these pants. I've never thought about pairing those together. But it's that is what I want for each of you tonight after we go through this presentation. And so I was there once, and that is partly, Cindy, what even got me into doing KDM Life and Beauty was our bodies change. Have you found that? I mean, like things that were up here are now down here, and they're just, they're just not where they were when we were 20. Let's just face it, right? Can I get an amen from anybody in the comments, right? But I thought this was such a powerful quote. If you want to improve your life immediately, clean out a closet. And often what we hold on to holds us back. Now, Cindy, you and I did a closet clean out. Mm-hmm. We didn't get all the way through it, but we got through a lot of it.
Yep.
And so what was the one thing that was the hardest part of doing it for you?
Well, what was interesting for me was that there was clothes in there that still had tags on them that I had purchased because they were on sale. And I used to do this all the time. Just because it was on sale doesn't mean that it's right. But I'm like, but I only spent like $10 on that. Yeah, but did I ever wear it? I mean, it sat there for 5 years.
Right.
I never wore it. So what's the point? I mean, $10, I just might as well just put it down the toilet because I'm never going to wear it. It was the wrong color, or it was, you know, or some things that I bought on sale, I would put on, I'd be like, ew, this is really gross. I'm never going to wear this, but I hang it back up in my closet,
Right. Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. And you know, one thing I learned a long time ago, and I think this was so valuable, is to always look at something that's on sale before you buy it and say, would I have paid full price for this?
Mm.
And if you wouldn't, then put it back on the shelf because it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. A sale to me is getting what I've been wanting at a discount. That's a sale. That's a win. Okay. So tonight I want to forget about trends and focus on your body type and style personality. So when you know your body type, you know how to, it helps you feel confident. It helps you save time and money and stress. You don't have, walk in your closet and see the clothes with the dust on the top that you've never taken off the hanger. And you avoid fashion frustration. Plus, it highlights the parts of you that you want to highlight because fashion is illusion. Fashion, if you've ever done any painting or you've done anything in the art world, even if you've done Canva, it's all about creating that illusion. You want to have what you want people to see, not what they're actually seeing. And so dressing for your body type is not to put you in a box at all. That's why it's so important to know your style personality because you can't just know your body type. You've got to know what you like. And I think that was so important, Cindy. One of the things we discovered with you is you love graphic tees, you love moto jackets, you love the more edgy style. And when you dress that way, you come across the way that you want people to know you. And I think that's so important. So this is the first thing you have to do. And this is the hardest thing that you will do. It does take about 10 or 15 minutes. I recommend having a buddy with you, preferably, or someone that will help you with a tape measure. But you can download this by going to kimdmcclure.com and click on resources, put in your email, and we'll get it to you. All right. This body type is going to help you to determine whether you are a carrot, an apple, a pear, a curvy, or a straight. And knowing what you are is going to then tell you where to focus. All right. Now, Cindy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were an apple and pear combination, weren't you?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then I was a pear. And so we know that we need to focus on the upper body, which is one of the reasons that we have Cindy usually in things with collars or with a V-neck and something on the shoulders, on the necklace, earrings, things like that are going to draw the eye upward. And then focusing on when she's standing up and being presented like in person, then she wants something to focus to where it will take in her waist illusionally, even if it's not physically, if that makes sense. So you can learn a whole lot more about that in my group, which is Chic Image Over 50. Unfortunately, I got shut down on Facebook, so all of my guides are gone. But you can also find on YouTube a lot of information about what is best for dressing your body type. So let's talk about style personality. And this was so much fun. When going through Cindy's closet was a blast because there were some of the coolest t-shirts. I loved some of her t-shirts. And I'm now kind of into that. And here's the difference in Cindy and I. Cindy wears a t-shirt with a moto jacket. I'll wear the t-shirt with a blazer. That's our different style personalities. So here's 5 easy steps that you can take to define your style personality. And if you don't know your style personality, it's literally, don't you feel, Cindy, just taking the time to figure out what you like looking at Pinterest or catalogs or things like that. And then go ahead. You're going to.
Yeah. You know, what really struck me, and I do this now since we did that, is the neckline. Because a lot of times, I would look at something and I'd be like, oh, that's really cute. And then I look at the neck and I'm like, not going to look good on me. Because if it's too much of that, what is that? Like a t-shirt that comes right around here. I can't remember.
Right, like a round neck.
Yeah. If it's too much like that, it's not going to look good. But if it's rounded, but it's lower, yes, that works.
Right.
So I really pay attention to that now, where I never used to.
Right.
And then, of course, you put it on and you're like, what? I'm not feeling it,
Yeah,
it's not my
exactly.
thing.
Exactly. And looking in your closet and determining what is it in your closet that you wear, that you love, and you feel good in, and you get compliments on. That's the clothes that are probably your style personality. And then, of course, going in for inspiration. I love going into Pinterest. I had a lady who asked me about finding. She loves to wear boho, but she's very petite and she's very hippie, and which I can relate to the hippie. Luckily, I'm not a boho person, so I don't have to worry about that. But she is, and she loves that. So we worked with her on how to wear boho by keeping the flow up on the top versus on the bottom. So she didn't look wider on the bottom, but she had that flow of the bohemian look on top. And then, of course, understanding your body type. I cannot stress that enough. And then choosing a color palette. I think we determined that blue, as you can tell with Cindy, is an excellent color. It's very important to know what your dominant colors should be, because black may not be your dark color. Your dark color may be navy blue. It may be a dark brown. It may be, something other than black. And then the fifth one, and I think this is so vitally important, and we're going to talk about this a little later, is experimenting. It was so much fun. We took a couple of things out of Cindy's closet and put them together that she had never thought about putting together. And voila, we have new outfits without spending a dime. Mm-hmm. So getting organized for your closet is kind of like exercise, unfortunately. It takes time and it takes discipline. So there are 4 steps. Number 1, you're going to prepare. Number 2, you're going to evaluate. Number 3, you're going to promise. So you're going to experiment. And number 4, you're going to organize. So this is a closet clean out guide that I did. I think it's super simple. Basically, the first thing we need to do is get 3 large boxes, and you're going to label them sell or donate, a maybe box, and then a trash box. So in those boxes, your sale is going to be something that's in pretty good condition, something you haven't worn in over a year and probably won't ever wear again. There was a video I did of that. I had to give away one of my dresses I dearly loved, but it looked like dork on me now that my body has shifted. I just looked like I was 20 feet wide. The maybe box is something you haven't worn in 2 seasons, but you just don't want to let go of. And those are the hard things. And that, I think, is one reason that you need a stylist to work with, don't you, Cindy? Because there are some things that are just hard to let go.
Yeah. Well, and so what I do sometimes, especially like t-shirts, you know how they get worn out at the neck and stuff like that. I'm like, but I really love this t-shirt. I mean, my Aerosmith t-shirt is like really cool, but the neck is, so I wear it as, part of my nightgown or night dress.
Right.
Pajamas, exactly. like I make a pajama out of it.
Right.
So that I don't have to give it away or throw it away. So.
And one thing I've found is I keep a basket in my closet all the time. That is my sale box. And so when I'm pulling things out and I put it on and it shows every bulge, I'm like, nope, going away. I just put it in that sale box and I don't think of it anymore, because that's one way that you can make this more efficient, is by consistently doing that. And so one of the things we do need to get over is the regret of overspending, of money we spent, and then longing for the figure it once fit. Let me say that again. Get over longing for the figure that it once fit. We don't have those figures now. Some of us do, I'm sure. I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. But I don't have that figure anymore. So I'm betting that the majority of us probably don't. So this is let it go. Think of who is it in the movie Frozen? Let it go. Okay, I won't bore you that. Okay, so here's what I want us to do. I want us to make this pledge to ourselves that as we go through our closet and we begin cleaning out, that if the jeans don't fit from 3 years ago, they go. They just don't fit. Okay? Get rid of the guilt. You can sell it, you can give it away, or you can donate it. Trust your intuition. When you look at something and you think, go with your gut. Don't give up halfway through. There is nothing worse you can do. And I will tell you, you may get tired. So you need to have some peppy music on. You need to have a Coke or something with a little bit of caffeine and get you through it. Don't go through memory items. If you have things like scrapbooks or photo albums, don't even look at those until you've got your closet cleaned out. Now, it is going to take time, but once you do this, then you just have to just keep it up, maintain it. And then the last pledge is drop off your donations immediately. So you're not tempted to take them back, because if they're in the car and you think about them, you'll go out and you'll get them and you'll bring them back. And no, just get it gone. So as you're trying on closing your closet, think about, these are 3 questions that you need to ask. When was the last time I wore this? We came up with that a lot, didn't we, Cindy? You're like, I don't remember. Do I feel amazing in this? And a lot of my answers that I hear from clients is, I don't remember. And then third, if I were shopping right this second, would I buy this item? If you can't answer positively to those questions, then bless it. Bless it to someone else. And then asking this question, and this one's hard because I am a keeper of clothing. I buy clothes to last for a really long time. Like when I buy a blazer, I spend a good amount on it because I expect it to last for a long time. So it may still have shoulder pads. That's not in style. So if you don't know if it's in style or not, ask a trusted friend, or better yet, ask a teenager. Believe me, they will tell you. My nieces are just the great nieces are just like, really? You'd wear that? Yes, I would. Okay. So don't save it. Don't think that somebody wants it because they don't. Take it to a thrift store and donate it. If it's something that is sentimental, have it cleaned, have it put into a shadow box, have it, whatever. I mean, ask your children if they want it, or your grandchildren, but I'm going to bet chances are no. All right. Then you want to keep a pile, your keep it pile, the one that you have that you're going to put back into your closet. Needs to fit the criteria, fit comfortably. That's super important. And I think once you're over 40, I think that is even more important because we need to be comfortable. It needs to be in good condition. If it has stains, make sure you can get them out. If it's torn, get it repaired. If it needs hemmed, get it hemmed, whatever. They flatter your body shape. They're useful for your lifestyle and your climate because a lot of us maybe have moved or we've changed jobs. Cindy, prime example, you were a hairdresser. You wore black every day.
Every day.
Yeah. And so what you had in your closet, a lot of it did not align with your now style personality and your now lifestyle.
Yeah. And so I find myself not buying black anymore because it's really not my color, but I still have black stuff there.
Right. Yeah. And I stopped buying black because I want that. I like the boldness. Of course, you guys know if you've been with me at all, orange is my color, even though I'm wearing cream today. But I love orange. I love bright colors. I love orange. I love red. I love bright blue. I love the jewel tones because they just make me happy. And I think that is so vitally important too, because our mental health is important, and clothing can make such a difference. Would you agree?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
clothes and hair. Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah, hair. Yeah, we were just talking about my hair. It was a little short this time, and I just couldn't get it styled. This is like the third time I've washed it since I've gotten it cut, and it's beginning to get my life. And that's so weird because that usually never happens. So I don't know. I must have been talking to her too much. Imagine that. Okay, so one of my favorite mind games to use during this is to say that when I get rid of something, someone is going to walk into Goodwill or Salvation Army and go, oh, that's the jacket I've been looking for. So that always makes me happy when I think about that. So our goal is to make your closet a place you love, make it easy to put outfits together, and stop buying things that are on sale. And of course, Cindy said it best because we so many times do it just because we're saving money. But remember that vital question as you're purchasing that thing on sale, would you buy it at full price? It may be a $300 item on sale for $10, but would you have paid $300 if you chose to? All right. So let's make our closets. Did I miss a slide? No, I didn't. I think I did. What happened? Okay, so let's make our let's make our closets something that we love to look at and love to be in. And so I thought these were two really nice closets. They're not alpha, they're not, California closets, they're not high dollar closets. This is something that you could easily do from Lowe's or Home Depot or even Walmart. And I think it's important how that they have organized it. They have the hanging bags, they have the color coordination, they have things where they can see them that's visually appealing to walk into. This I thought was a brilliant thing. And adding a seat and a mirror can make your walk-in feel like a dressing room. Duh. Now, I have a full-length mirror in mine. I think you need a full-length mirror because you need to see what you look like. That could be on the back of your door, whatever, but I think it's really important to have that. And then using hanging bags with your sweaters, because there's nothing worse than having what I call shoulder titties in sweaters. It's just the pits. So when you fold your sweaters, so many times you'll fold them and put them in drawers, then you don't see them. And if you don't see it, you're not going to wear it. So you can go from this to this because you donate and keep and purge. So let's talk about, I'm going to give you 5 simple rules rather than going through. I really believe that the best thing you can do is to go into your closet and just purge it. Just start and come back in. But here's an easy way to do it. Pull out the pieces that you wear on repeat. And Cindy, do you have about 5 to 7 tops that you wear on repeat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now when you do that, that's probably about 20% of your closet, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. In fact, I have them kind of sitting on one area because I wear them so much.
Right. And that's so smart. And going through your closet and saying, do I love this? Do I not? And that has been something that I try to do this at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, and just go in and say, what in this closet does not bring me joy? And I'll pull some tops and I'll put them in my giveaway box. And of course, if you haven't worn it this season, we've been into the fall and winter for a little while. So if you haven't, or depending on where you are, you may be in summer and spring. If you haven't worn the things that you normally pull out for this season, why? You may want to think about getting rid of those. Or did you wear them last season at all? And then, of course, start by choosing 10 items that you know you'll never, ever, ever wear again, and get rid of them. Put them in your car, take them to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army, wherever. And then do your accessories. This was something I did as I now am a stylist with Park Lane. And one of the things I did is I didn't realize how dated my jewelry had been until I got into Parkland because I love statement pieces, as y'all can tell. But I didn't realize how bad some of my jewelry was. And so I got rid of all of that jewelry. I donated it. I rolled it up in like wax paper, or not wax paper, but saran wrap, I guess it was. Took it to the place. I mean, the box was super heavy. Then my really good pieces, and we all have those, like your Kendra Scotts and your Brighton and your those kind of things. Then I'm going to sell those. And so doing an accessory audit is so important, and scarves or whatever. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn to be brave together. We're going to play in our clothes as if we were in a dressing room of a department store. So when you can't decide whether to keep something, and Cindy, we looked at those moto jackets, and I remember that one that wasn't it like a dark silver blue moto jacket? Was that you that had that in your closet?
No, mine are like green.
That's black. It. Green.
Yeah, it was the green. Yeah, I love that thing.
Right. And so we looked
comfortable. So
yeah. And then so we looked for ways to wear that to make it relevant now for your lifestyle now, how you could make it relevant now. Mm-hmm. And so like taking blazers, like if you have suits, like formerly you worked in a corporate environment, and then you had suits and you've still got you could keep the jacket, get rid of the skirt or the pants that go with it. Or you could take a t-shirt and tuck it into a pencil skirt. And something I've discovered lately that I love tent dresses, A-line dresses, because they just hide a multitude of sins. You can put a t-shirt over that or a sweater. Now, you've got to be careful to make sure that you do the 1/3, 2/3 rule. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically it's like the Eiffel Tower. You want 1/3 of your outfit and 2/3 of your outfit. You don't ever want to be half and half, because when you're half and half, you're going to be frumpy. So you want 1/3, 2/3. So predominantly 2/3 on the top and 1/3 on the bottom, or vice versa. All right. So putting that sweater over it was so cute because it hit just at the right part, where that it was 2/3 sweater, 1/3 my t-shirt dress underneath. And it looked so cute with a pair of leotards or tights. So again, a new outfit, but I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't been willing to experiment. Another thing is taking pictures of those outfits that you love and making sure that it's not frumpy. Because have you found, Cindy, that you remember learning the sweet spot with I'm so sorry, I have this turned down and I don't know why it's still making noise, but anyway, it is. All right. So that sweet spot, we learned where your tops need to be. Mm-hmm. So getting some of your tops shortened or working on the length of the jacket. The jacket needs to hit you at a certain spot that might not have been the same one when you were 20. Can I get an amen? So do you find that when you take your pictures that you can see so much better whether or not it's frumpy versus if you don't?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and just taking that last look in the mirror too, like before you walk outside, it's like, wait,
right.
Maybe I'll wear this jacket instead.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I used to always wear short jackets that hit me in my waist. And now my waist is not exactly something that I want the eye to go to. Yeah. It's like, no, we want to go below or above, not on. So I think that's so important, because taking those pictures and making sure that you're taking them in a mirror that doesn't have waves in it or isn't angled where that you're going to look different. There's just some little things like that. So now we're going to talk about organization, decluttering, and arranging. So I've got some great ideas for you guys. And this is one of my favorites. I love my clothes grouped together. In my closet, the first thing I have are my camisoles. And then I have my t-shirts. I apologize. There's something about being on a webinar that my dog always has to bark. She never barks ever until I'm on a webinar. It's called Murphy's Law or something.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. So grouping your shirts together. And then I have my shirts. I have my T-shirts, and then I have my shirts. And I have them by sleeve length even. And then I group my pants together. I have my jeans, and then I have my slacks, and then I have my leggings. And then, of course, my dresses are like T-shirt, short sleeve, long sleeves. And so when I walk in, everything is visible to me. And that may be not your personality, but I will tell you that when you do that, and when you have them in groups and organize them by color, then number one, it's going to be easier when you walk in. And number two, you compare things, like you'll be like, oh, that blue might go with that blue. Let's see. Or this floral might go with this print, but I'd never thought of that before. Have you found that in your closet, Cindy?
Yeah, so I need to do that, because this is what happened the other day. Is like, right now you have to wear a sweater or something. I mean, even when I'm working in my office, I got to wear a sweater or jacket or something because it's colder.
Right.
So, and I'm sitting here all day, so it's not like I'm exercising and getting warm.
Right.
So I have to make sure that, what I'm wearing underneath is going to look good with what I'm wearing on top. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I've got that blue sweater. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And then I'm digging for it. And then I'm like, forget it. I'll just wear something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm frustrated. I can't find it,
Right.
So yeah, I need to do that.
And another trick that I do, and I have done this since I was a little girl, my mother probably made me, but she didn't make it too much of a have to, or I wouldn't do it now. Because there are a lot of things that I was made to do that I don't do now. But that is picking my clothes out the night before, especially if I have an event to go to. Because, guys, we have 7 seconds to make a first impression when we're in person. Online, you have 60 seconds to make a first impression. So what you wear and how you communicate is so important. So picking out those clothes, I think, makes life easier, because in the morning, then you don't have to think about it. Mm-hmm. You've got it together. I do it even down to the shoes. And of course, for me, it's pleasure. As y'all can tell, that's my life. So organizing tips is shirts, hang them by category, color, and sleeve length. Pants and jeans, hang them. Don't fold them if you have the room. And then do them by color and type. Loungewear, workout sets, and PJs, I fold those. Those are in drawers for me. Sweaters, fold in clear bins and avoid hanger bumps, and or fold them over a hanger so that they won't have the sweater bumps. One of the two, so that you can see them. Shoes, arrange by heel type. And I'm so excited to share with you guys something I just discovered. I was blessed to be able to I had a friend who worked for Alpha, which is the Container Store, and they had a sale. And so between his discount and the sale, I got to Alpha my closet, which is to die for. My shoes are on a pull-out rack, and but arrange them by heel type. I hadn't thought of doing that until I, again, was working on this presentation. And I thought, that's brilliant, because chances are my 3-inch heels are probably going to be going away. Even though I love them, unless they're a platform, they're probably not going to be in my life much longer. And then handbags, I love this idea. I have dividers where I can literally see my handbags. Now, I do have them in the, what they call the cloth jackets. They have a name that you put the purses in. The bags that they come in.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, dust jackets. I have them in the dust jackets. But I can see the front of them, so I know what color they are and so that I can find the ones that I want. And so that's what I do. Okay, so if you're short on space, use closed storage bin for off-season items. And this is what I used to do. I would put my winter clothes in boxes and storage bins and put them under the bed. So, all right, so let's talk some closet essentials that you need in your closet. You may want to get your camera out and take a picture of this page, because these are things that you really, really need in your closet. All right. Cindy's doing a screen save. I can see her. Okay. So a white and a black tank top, or your colors. It may be cream and a navy. I don't know what your colors are. A black, white, and black t-shirt, a graphic tee. Graphic tees are so fun. You can do so much with them. It is crazy. A neutral blouse. I just got myself a really pretty emerald green satin blouse, and I can see so many possibilities for that. I bought it for a Christmas event, but the more I look at it, the more I think that's going to be pretty in the spring. It's going to be gorgeous with a print cami under it. I can wear it with the vest over it and make a whole different look. So, think about that. Denim button-ups. I love denim button-ups. You can wear them as a jacket. You can wear them as a shirt. You can do so much with them. White button-up. I think everyone needs a great white button-up in their closet, and preferably one that isn't completely see-through and that's very comfortable, and maybe just a little bit of stretch. A cardigan, a blazer, a denim jacket. Everybody needs a denim jacket, and you can get them super cheap at Old Navy. A leather jacket or utility jacket, depending on what climate you're in. A trench coat, trousers. Like I have one good pair of black pants. I have a pair of brown pants, and I have a pair of navy pants, I think. And then denim. I do try to have a light and a medium wash and a dark denim. White denim jeans, black denim jeans, a midi skirt. If you wear skirts, a midi skirt. I don't wear midi skirts. My skirts have to be above my knee. That's a whole different, we won't even go there. Why? But a wrap dress. I love my wrap dresses. If you don't have a wrap dress, I strongly recommend that you have one, because we never know when we're going to need something that is a little dressy, and with a wrap dress, it does so much for your figure, because when you've got the wrap, then you're going for that curvy look, which is what we all strive for. A little black dress. Again, you can do so much with a black dress. You can dress it up, dress it down. A shirt dress. And a great idea on a shirt dress is you can wear it not only as a dress, but you could wear it as like a duster over a dress or over pants, jeans, and a top. It can be really cute that way. A neutral loafer, a black flat, ankle boots, fashion sneakers, and leather sandals. And if you've watched me much, you've heard me talk about, I love the sneakers to have a great look. I don't like athletic sneakers. I can't speak either. Okay, so, but really, like y'all, if you follow me, you've seen me take pictures of people in the airport. I'll be like, oh, check these tennis shoes. Oh, check this. And it's so fun because it makes a statement when you wear a really cute fashion sneaker versus wearing a tennis shoe. Here's a great tip for you, and this will serve you so well. I want you to turn the hangers of everything that you didn't pull as your favorite backwards. And y'all know what I mean? So instead of the hook going around the thing like this, it's going to go back like this. And if at the end of the season, any of those hangers are still backwards, chances are you probably need to get rid of that item. All right. You're probably not going to wear it. And then, of course, invest in some organizing tools. And we're going to talk about this. Now, being on here tonight, you're going to get this free. Or if you registered, you will get this free in an email coming tomorrow from KDM.com. Yeah, Kim at KDMcClure.com. There we go, KDMcClure.com. So it's going to have links to all of these things, and hopefully that will save you some time and effort. So velvet hangers. I strongly recommend, whether you want to go velvet or whether you want to go wood, this is one of the smartest things you can do, is buy hangers that match. You will be amazed at what it does for your closet. And so, Cindy, I did this. It took me a couple birthdays, and I just kept asking for Amazon gift cards for every occasion. It's like, I'd like an Amazon gift card, please. I'd like an Amazon gift card. And of course, now they have these at Sam's and I think Costco at a really good price. But I would just buy hangers every time. I'd buy me a box of 100 hangers. So love it. All right, purse organizers. We talked about this. These are flat dab amazing. You can, I mean, wouldn't you use your purses if you saw them like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another great idea is using a hook, hanging your handbags, and these are hanger hooks. So you can actually like use them to use two hangers together, and or you could put your purse. Now, another great idea I found when I was researching this is they even have, this is the coolest. I mean, this is like a little over the top even for me, but you can, when you put your clothes out at night, this holds all of your jewelry and your purses and everything. So everything is on one hanger. So that would be great. Like when I style people and they're traveling, that's kind of how I do it. I pack it in Ziploc bags, but um, I thought that was like, that would be like the coolest. Geeking out here, geeking out. All right, hanging shoe bags. You can do so much with that, but here's the thing I'm super excited about. Look at this. This, where's my mouse? There it is. Shoe slot organizer. You can make it your heel height. I know. And so
Wow.
it's just the width of the shoe versus the big old shoe box or, trying to stack them. And how cool is that, right? It does tennis shoes, it does high heels. They are adjustable. So if you've got a 3-inch heel, it's going to handle it. You've got a 1-inch heel, you've got no heel. Then boot organizers. I cannot live without my boot rack organizer. I love this. It made all the difference in the world. I've tried the clip-on things, how you clip them together and hang them. Also, another great thing you can do is a pool noodle. Take a pool noodle, cut it in half, and stick it down into the boot. Because if your boot leans over, then it's going to have that crease, and it's never going to look right on your leg. So you want to take good care of your boots. Here's one that we discussed in our membership group, was taking accessories and hanging them on the wall with cup hooks. How brilliant is that? And it makes a statement. So you could do it even outside of your closet if you wanted. If you have, like a place that would be appropriate, you can hang your hats, you can hang your necklaces, you can hang your crossover bags, crossbody bags, because they're light. And then a scarf organizer. I personally use a shoe rack on the back of my door for my scarves. That way I see them, and I organize them just like they have them here. Winter to summer. So thick to thin. It's just a great idea. This I thought was fun. This is an 11-peg acrylic jewelry holder. You can barely see it because it's really, really light. And it's the best picture I could get. But again, this is something that can hang on your wall, and you could put probably 2 or 3 necklaces, especially if you do them different height, different lengths. And then, of course, my favorite purchase I made 2 years ago during COVID, on Prime days, was my makeup organizer. This thing is so brilliant. It's about yay big and yay tall, and it sits on my cabinet, and the shelves go where you want them to go. You make the heights.
Oh.
So it, like, if you use jar creams at night, then you can make it just that height. If you do like I use an oil-free eye makeup remover, that's about that tall. So the bottom holds my cleanser, holds my mask, things that are tall. And I love it because it literally took an enormous amount of stuff off my cabinet and just made it neat. So that link is also in the freebie you'll be getting. So hopefully, I'd love to know in the comments what you guys think about what you've learned most tonight, what you're excited about doing, what you feel like you might need help on, and then some tips on keeping it that way once you get it is picking out the clothes the night before, putting out a donation box, 1 in, 1 out rule. And when I learned this, and again, I just learned this probably 4 years ago, is when I buy something, I have to get rid of something. I can't bring something in without getting rid of something. So, and then of course, when you try something on in your closet, either decide not to wear it or hang it back up. And so A couple things that I do as a stylist. I do have it took off the thing. My bad. Anyway, my stylist price list is here. It will also be in my group, but everything is 20% off through the end of December. Yay! Gwen said she loves all these ideas. Perfect. But as an image consultant, I offer packages of virtual styling with me, a closet audit, and a seasonal capsule wardrobe. So those are all 20% off. And you can actually, this was all on there. I don't know what happened to it. I redid it and I left this part off. But if you would like to schedule a 30-minute chat with me to determine, like, ask questions you may have, determine if you'd like to work with me or whatever, you can do that. Just simply text the word style, STYLE, to 817-618-5580. So I will also put that somewhere in the chat, or I'll put it in the email I'm sending out. How's that? But be sure and go to my page, kimdmcclure.com, click on resources and click on my blog. There's lots of information there. And of course, this is what Cindy and I have been talking about. Cindy's been a member of the Chic Image Inner Circle for about, 6 months, 8 months?
Yeah. Yeah, 6 or 8 months.
Yeah. So what you get with that is you get live interactive monthly training sessions, confidence challenges. There's an inner circle community. It's not on Facebook, but now it is on Facebook because we got tired of, anyway, we're there. So we're getting Meta approved. So hopefully we won't get shut down again. And but the main thing is the live interactive training every month. We do 2 of those a month, and that's where you can bring your questions to me. You can text me your outfits and say, what do you think about this? There's something I can't figure out what it is. What's wrong? And Sabrina and I've been working really closely on that. She'll text me an outfit. She's like, I love this, but there's something. And like the other day, it was just simply a necklace. She just needed a long necklace that brought the eye downward. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you can either comment chic and I'll send you a link, or you can scan the QR code there. And, there it is. There it is. I just had the wrong page. Okay. So, it's because I found a typo and I thought I'd changed the typo. Whoop. Go back. There's a typo, but it's okay. Don't look at it. So it's 20% off. Text style to 817-618-5580 and let's chat and just see if it's something for you. So, all right. And that's it. I want you to remember that you're unique. God created you exactly the way he meant to. Your body is exactly the way it's meant to be. Yes, we can all probably exercise more and eat a little better, but hey, we love ourselves the way we are, right?
Yep.
So, thank you, Cindy, so much for being here. Do you have anything you want to share here at the end?
Just that, it's been really fun and seriously has saved me so much money. You have no idea how much money you've saved me from not buying all those things on sale that I never wear. Because even though it's on sale, I don't know why I thought that I always had to buy something on sale just because, it was on sale. So.
Right. All right, gang. Well, thanks, Gwen and Maria. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for everybody who registered. You'll be getting an email from me. And again, schedule a time to chat. Let's see what I can help you with. And again, thanks, Cindy, for being here so much. And thank you guys for sharing this night with me. I appreciate it.
I'm going to go clean my closet.
Okay. Bye.